Hello, this is a note on political restructuring and most of all monetary restructuring. So we should have separate monetary systems for different major chapters that are essentially very obviously ordered according to their priority. So there are a few of these. The first one is health. Health of the humans and the environment. So the proposal is to have a separate global currency for health. And as far as currencies go, it should be clear that we need to diminish the sense of possession, which is a trait in mammalians which is fairly deep-rooted and strong and can easily lead to obsession. So instead of counting possession, instead of saying that money gives us a sum of someone's possession, we need to count contribution. And in counting contribution to the society, which kind of becomes your currency to have stuff which is already prepared for you. So in counting contribution, we have different separate monetary systems. First one is health. So policy is everyone should be able to cover 50% of his health currency, health cash, let's call it health cash, by physical activity, which is exercise, by cooking. So gastronomy is part of health. By growing food, all of these things that go into humans and environment's health generate this currency. And you have a certain amount of it, and if you contribute a lot to health in the health currency, you got a lot of health cash, so you can have a massage every other day. It kind of amplifies itself when you invest in this domain, your energy, your time. There is more of that in the community. So that's the health. Now the second currency, second one down. So and then just in the national politics, what you do then is you have a minimum income of health currency. Even if you are, especially if you have an issue and you cannot sustain yourself, you kind of get by default. You get credit currency. Because you get the health currency because people need to take care of you, nurses, whatever. If you're sick, all of that goes into health currency, obviously. And there should be a pumping, so that the health currency is the one where you don't really need to cap to limit the expansion of the bubble, because it just generates the exact thing that keeps us good and well on this planet. Okay, so the next currency down is the comfort currency. And with the comfort, you're essentially, covering housing. Although housing should be really part of the health currency. You cannot stay healthy outdoors unless, obviously, there are countries, or at least parts of the season. Okay, so actually, the comfort currency is the thing that, that the current cash translates to, more or less. Supposedly people who have stood on the tops of really successful enterprises deserve a lot of comfort in life. Everyone deserves health, and everyone deserves a certain degree of comfort, but supposedly they've worked hard, so there we go. I'm happy with that. Don't sue anyone for exploitation. Don't Yeah, exactly. So we have the comfort. I mean, essentially, having a nice house, having a car, the kind of lifestyle things that you get to do. Having a fast computer for your whatever, the kind of stuff you have at home. If you have a dishwasher, things like this. This is all great, and this is part of the comfort currency. And the comfort currency politics does not need an infinite expansion. The comfort currency needs a stable, self-sustaining arrangement, which means that you kind of stimulate people. Obviously, if you want comfort currency, if you want a big comfort in life, then you're more likely to be fixing washing machines than managing a company, because in that case you are earning a lot of comfort cash, and you can do these things. So obviously, there should probably be some exchange rate between currencies. But the other thing about the comfort currency is that needs a cap. So you cannot have a gazillion comfort currency. What is that? Like 10 helicopters and like 20, massages a minute, or whatever, slaves. I don't know what people imagine the heights of comfort are. But actually, per person you're capped. I mean, you can have a certain amount of comfort and that's it. But anyhow, the point is that once the society starts to run on contribution rather than possession, then you feel invited. You feel more, first of all, you're invited to contribute to the health of yourself and your environment, and that is your job. That's your first job. So you get the health currency. And then, I don't know, you can do something in life that, you can do photos, and it could be a part of comfort, but actually the third currency, so after the comfort currency, which is somehow, between necessary and just a playful feature of a mammalian person. So the third one is then the production, the engineering, the science, everything we do. We build bridges. In a way, there are things that go across currencies. So, for example, traveling and transport is part of comfort, could be part of health, but essentially maintaining a transport grid and developing it is part of production. And I think the production currency can if it's a clean currency, if there is no greed in the production, and I think engineering society would quite like that, to actually allow it to explode, the production currency. In the sense that efficiency. The first thing about the production politics is that it has to be a circular design of the industrial process. You cannot instantiate something in, something else out, without the definition of how that will actually work out, because there is no out and there is no in. So how does your extraction from the environment impact what actually is in place of your intervention? Okay, so that's that. 3 currencies and different things, and I think it can work. Could work.